This is teenagers exposing how they made so much money so young in podcasts.
How much money do you guys make?
I make around 6 figures a month in revenue.
Yeah, we do mid 6 figures a month on an average month.
And how old are you both?
I'm 15.
I am 18.
What did you guys do to make 6 figures a month? What do you do?
So we do Snapchat, and it's a very unorthodox thing. Not a lot of people know about it, but we got onto it early, and we basically produce content on the platform. We run a bunch of accounts, and yeah.
The overarching theme is it's content automation. So we run faceless channels, and we will either run voiceovers on them, or if it's a compilation show, we do it across YouTube. A lot of our money is made on Snapchat, and it's basically just we take brands with no face on them, and we only make money through ad revenue through pulling views on the faceless channels.
So you'll make ad revenue on YouTube or Snapchat specifically?
Exactly,
Yeah.
Okay, and when you say faceless, you mean like it's not like you're narrating it without your face and then making content, or
yeah. So we have a couple shows on Snapchat that are just us narrating. So it's like it would be my voice or Daniel's voice, and there'd be subtitles that pop up onto the screen, and we talk about any topic. We do news, sports, entertainment,
clip shows, satisfying content. There's no brand or person associated with anything we do, so it can basically be automated to existence in 10 years from now, because no one is an overlying feature that needs to be on the content. It's on anything that goes on in the world, and that's how.
Yeah, it's like standalone content.
You're not reliant on a personal brand.
No,
not
at all.
Like me as a person.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah.
Anyone could come in, do the voiceover, and then you guys just have like a trademarked editing style, basically.
Exactly. Yeah.
It was crazy when you guys DM'd me. First off, I didn't believe it when you told me what you guys were doing. I was like, shut up, like you're trying to get on my podcast. But then you guys sent me your channel. I'm like, holy shit, like I actually watched this Snapchat one.
Yeah.
We did get onto the podcast, so.
Yeah,
so
we're here now.
Verified the background, and it's actually legit. And I actually watched one of your Snapchat shows. I'm like,
God.
oh my God.
Bro, it's crazy. Like my cousin tells me about people who be like, her teacher just watches our Snap shows, and people that she walks by at school will just watch our shows because they just appeal to the masses, and we've gained insane reach from them.
Yeah, the weird thing about Snapchat is there's no comments. There's like you cannot see the people that are watching your shows, right? So it literally just feels like a number on the screen, even though you're getting, like right now we're doing like 3 million views a day on Snapchat,
God.
which is like, it's like a crazy amount of people. And on YouTube, that's insane because you're getting comments and people are giving feedback, or people are roasting you or whatever. But on Snapchat, it's just like, it doesn't really feel real. I don't know how to explain it.
We don't get hate because no one can comment.
The smile on your face when you said that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's break this down for people who might not use Snapchat or don't understand the content that you guys are creating. First, I know you guys create like it's not just one Snapchat show. You guys have like a dozen going out, and Snapchat's a new show every day, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so
essentially.
we post once a day on all of our shows, and we got up to posting 15 videos a day. So we were running 15.
But they're different
shows.
types of videos.
Yeah, it was.
So you have a machine. At this
Yeah,
point.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
content machine. We had, I think at our peak, we had like 20 employees.
Some full-time, some part-time, some freelancers. But we just have a whole thing going on in order to get episodes out effectively and quickly, and that's how we can run at such mass scale, basically.
And yeah, there were sort of like 2 divisions to the Snapchat section, to where it's like the voiceover shows and then the clip shows. Clip shows are way easier to run.
They're like repurposed clips of like influencers.
Satisfying things.
It's basically like if ever you on Snapchat, there's a bunch of these shows that you just press on, and there's a bunch of like satisfying clips that show up, and it's like satisfying
like
pop.
slime. Or
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
So we have a show like that has 4 million subscribers, and it's just satisfying clips.
It's on Snapchat.
Yep.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, so let's just. I don't want to overwhelm people. You don't have to have 15 shows. Like, what's the most you've made on one show per month?
So on our first month on one show, we made $600,000.
What?
But like, there's a big but there. That is like not attainable. Like, we got extremely bailed out. That is just like, that is the most we've ever made on one show in 1 month ever. But
on an average month, on one of our shows, we'll make anywhere from $60,000 to $100,000.
Yeah.
And that's an average show. And on the underside, it's like on the low month, it'll be from 60, high end will be 110, 120. So it's very achievable to make money.
What is the cost for one show?
So it depends on the show. If it's the voiceover show, I would do the voiceovers, or Daniel would do the voiceovers. And I mean, my background is in script writing and his background was in editing. So on that $600,000 for that first show, we actually had 0 cost. It was just us.
We did everything ourselves because we were so new to the platform. We didn't think of getting employees.
So straight profit.
That was our first 30
100%.
days on Snapchat. We did 600,000.
And it's just straight up ad revenue from Snapchat itself.
Yeah,
That's
no
ad
sponsor
revenue
deals.
from, I mean, it was the fastest growing show on Snapchat.
Hi, Jake. How are you?
Hi, Dave. I'm doing great. How about you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
So I am 16. I'm going on 17 in about 2 weeks now. And I live with my mother. She is a very traditional mother.
Your mother is a traditional mother, and what's your question?
So I make around 50 to 70 to 80K a month doing e-commerce.
Wait a minute. You're
And-
making $50,000 a month at 16 years old?
Yes, sir.
Are you
do-
telling
I
me
do
the truth?
Yes, sir. I do e-commerce, so I run drop shipping websites through Shopify. I do eBay or Amazon to eBay arbitrage, and just a bunch of like various side hustles, and usually go through the internet. And my question is, she has no idea I'm doing this and I have all my profits stored in a PayPal account because she is joint on my bank account. And I would love to tell her, but like I said, with her being so traditional, I already know that she will be very, very skeptical of what I'm doing. And I'm fearing that she's going to make me put an end to it just because she's already told me, because I've expressed my passion of wanting to be an entrepreneur, and she's traditional in the way that...
How much is in your PayPal account?
I got a little bit over $300,000.
So you've been doing this for 4 or 5 months, 6 months?
No, it's been about 8 months. The first few months were slow, and then it picked up rather fast.
Where's your father?
He's divorced. He's in a different state.
Not in your life?
I mean, we talk, but I wouldn't say he's a father figure. He's more kind of like...
Are you in a good church?
A friend, I guess.
Are you in a good church?
Yes, sir.
How do you feel about your pastor?
Very, very close.
Have you talked to him about this?
I have not, no. Okay. I honestly, I haven't told anybody. I haven't even told any of my friends.
Well, I wouldn't tell your friends. That'd be very unwise.
No, of course.
That'd be very unwise. Okay. So,
absolutely nobody knows.
How large is the church that you go to?
Probably about 30 people.
Okay, very small. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, here's kind of what's going on in my head. Okay. If you have the ability to make $50,000 a month, you know, as soon as you're 18 years old, you can go do whatever you want to do, right?
Right.
And that's just about a year away.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Okay. So, if you were my son and you were doing this, and you told me you don't want to go to college and you want to move out and be an entrepreneur, I would say, have at it, dude. You're making $50,000 a month. My God. I'm not saying, I don't know if you can do that for the rest of your life. You may have just caught a wave right here. And, you know, as you know, things on the internet change rapidly.
Yes.
And you could, I don't know what all you're doing here. I've never heard of anybody doing the volume you're doing the things you described. But
so I run 3 different websites, and they sell different merchandise.
I know what you're doing. I just never heard anybody pull this off at the volume you're pulling it off. So I'm not questioning your integrity. I'm believing you, but I'm just saying you're doing something pretty unusual, and so I don't know how sustainable it is long term. And so I would tell you, number one, I would pull out at 18 and go start and keep doing this and just build your own thing out and have a blast and go make some money while you can. I would not say you're going to do this 20 years because you're not. It's not going to exist in 20 years. There's too much change on the way business is done on the internet. You know, you might have a 2-year window, you might have a 5-year window. I don't know. And so I would commit to myself, if I were you, that when the thing does turn down, I might want to seek out an education at that point to give me knowledge to do other things. And it'd be great to have some business acumen from a business degree if you're sitting on a couple $1 million, you know? So knowledge is valuable. Going to college is valuable. Do you have to do that to make a living? Well, crud, no, dude. I mean, you're killing it. You know, so go pile up as much money as you can. So that's part of our thing. I'm really uncomfortable participating in you deceiving your mother.
Mm-hmm. And so my fear is we have such a close relationship.
Yeah, and I think deception is never a good rule.
Right.
And
I don't want to hide it from her. I just can't.
No, that's not true. You have hidden it from her, so you wanted to.
Okay.
So you feel bad about it, but you've got your reasons for hiding it are bigger than your reasons for disclosure right now. And so what I'm thinking, what I'm trying to get in my head is I would love for you to search out someone that is trusted by you spiritually and with business acumen, and that is trusted by her, that could mediate this discussion with the two of you.
Okay.
Could participate with you sitting down and going, okay, Mom, our friend George is here. He understands business and the internet, and he understands spiritual things and values, and he cares about both you and me. And I wanted him to be present because I want to tell you some things that have been going on. I have $400,000, $300,000. This is the stuff I've been doing on the internet. I'm very good at it. I'm a child prodigy. You know, you are. And but I think you just sitting down with your mom is not going to go well.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to pull in that right person that could kind of be a mentor to you and give you a little buffer, but it's got to be someone she trusts, because if you bring in some character that she thinks is a character, she's going to think they influenced you.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I want you to develop some kind of a strategy or a plan like that that allows you to not deceive your mom anymore.
Okay.
And it may take you a month.
That's the last thing I want to do.
Yeah, it may take you a month to put it together, and that's okay. And I'm okay with you leaving your money in your PayPal account and do whatever you want to do. That's all fine. There's no danger with any of that. And I'm okay with you continuing to do all of this. And I'm okay with you coming straight out of high school and making $600,000 a year. Dadgum. Life's rough, you know. But again, I don't think that's sustainable, because the current methodologies that you're using will not be there 5 years from today. And an education will give you the ability to do things that are sustainable, and maybe step into the next thing with a little more zest. I also don't want you to have this unusual success at a young age, and it's the only time you have success, because you don't do foundational things that lead you into success when you're 32 as well as 22. So, wow, pretty incredible conversation. Thanks for calling in. I don't think I've had that one before. I've had a lot of different calls in 30 years on the show, but I don't think I've had that one.
Yeah, I'm Franco. Literally just turned 19 years old. I was basically living like just down there, London, for like the past year. I do e-commerce, like business, online sort of stuff. I own a podcast, and that's pretty much.
If someone asks you, what do you do for a living, right? You've never met this person. What do you, I've been thinking about this, like, what do you say to them?
I know, it's so weird to like explain, especially when it's like a boomer.
Yeah.
I'm like, e-commerce. And people are like, what's that? What does that even mean? You know what I mean? I don't know. I literally just say, I just sell stuff online pretty much.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So for people that are listening right now and they're kind of thinking, okay, this young lad, he's just turned 19. He works for himself. Can you go into a little bit of detail, maybe high level, of what it is that you do and how you've actually managed to make money?
Okay, for sure. Yeah. So pretty much, I mean, I guess if we're going back, so I've always been trying to, like, when I was a lot younger, I've always been trying to like get some sort of money, get some sort of stuff flowing, get a business to work, because I don't know, I always just felt so weird. Like, you know, back in the day, I was like, I just had this drive to kind of like retire my parents, this drive to kind of just never work a job. It was never like in my, like, it was never even a possibility in my mind. You know what I mean? To like sort of work a job, because I don't know, trading time for money is just kind of a strange thing in my eyes.
I just can't get over the fact, right? This is very normal to you now because it's your life, but I can't get over the fact that you were 16 years old in school earning more than your teachers. And none of them knew, right?
Nah. Well, up until I told them, like, when
you did tell them?
When I wanted to stop going to school, basically.
Okay. When you told your teachers you were earning like 100K in 3 weeks, what did they say?
I don't think I told them the numbers. I didn't really tell them the numbers, but I remember basically, well, one thing that was kind of funny is like, I told them like about all my businesses and stuff, and they were like, They were just, it was so random. Like, I sat them all down for a meeting. I was like, okay, you and you, can we please have a meeting? I was like, it's urgent, you know what I mean? Because I was not feeling it. And then we all sat down for a meeting. Like, I found the time when they could all sit down and have a meeting. And yeah, I just like opened up. I was like, listen, so, actually I've been doing my like sort of business thing. And I kind of explained to them. I didn't actually tell them any numbers. I just said it's going like really well. But I don't even think to this day like they still like know like how like what it was, the sort of numbers I was pushing. But like, because I remember even one of my teachers was like, oh, you're doing like hundreds or like thousands. I was like, hundreds of thousands.
Oh my God. But like, imagine being a teacher and you've got your student there, you're trying to teach them something and they're like, dude, I make more than you. Nice.
And they told me that they literally said the words, you've outgrown school. So they said that I shouldn't like have to go in anymore. So I just stopped going to school. Like at that point, like it was just literally a conversation I had. They kind of understood me, which I feel is like a lot of people kind of misunderstand me. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was like one of the first times that like I was in school and I was actually being kind of understood for like with the stuff I actually want to do. Whereas in previous schools, they've been telling me like a teacher when I tell them I don't want to go the route which they're telling me to go, they're literally saying to me, you're wasting your time.